Alright, we are awake. After that strange interaction in that strange place. Alright. This is odd. Jaspar, what are you doing here? Wooden figure? It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Good to see you awake. How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, fine, I guess. Where are we?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean, hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
I believe congratulations are in order.
Thank you. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Bad, though, that this keeperness won't get you anywhere. Do you know why? Because you're pathetic. Simply pathetic.
Bro. Is it because I left you in that tavern or something? Some wench steal your money? I mean, what is it? Excuse me.
I said you are pathetic. At first, we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept that. You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, prophetess, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
A weakling.
And a murderer.
And that is why you will burn. All of you. The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
You don't scare me.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Such presumption from a fish who thinks his pond to be the world. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be.
Well.
But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did. Even though the result is rather sobering.
Here we are.
Now wake up. Keep on starving through the mist.
And we're awake. Again? Later? Maybe both? Well, things are different this time. Are we playing Inception? Dream within a dream. Dunwar? No, well, he's out. Okay. Hey.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
Well, all right, I suppose. Thanks for asking.
Then you have a remarkable constitution. Usually the after effects of the potion last for days. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So that make us keepers now?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
She kept talking. Her mouth kept moving, but the words weren't coming out. Anyway. That fire warning is the best thing that could happen to me. It's a little harsh, possibly. Figured. What do you make of all this, the cycle, this cleansing?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
So, what's the next step?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
We both? Well, what about Dunwar?
Right. Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good. It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
Well, I mean, he was a bit of a prick. Just saying. But, at the same time, he'll die? He doesn't deserve that.
No, in spite of everything. You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows? Maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
2 souls, part what? Okay. You don't seem to be too shaken up over all of it. Oh, up over all of this? The death of the Lifeborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy. I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later, you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so...
Yeah.
Why not from me first?
Let's bring it on. Okay, would have asked if I weren't interested. Shoot.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew. What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
So I figured. Thanks for trusting me with this. Must be hard to talk about.
It's okay. Anyway, it turned out that the riders were men from the village who had gone hunting. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
You really thought a 6-year-old child destroyed an entire village? That's ridiculous.
For you, maybe. For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
I see. These men wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
He brought you to the Undercity, right?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my second year.
Master Tyrus? A keeper adopted you?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here.
Intrigue abound.
He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
So he just saw you and decided to adopt you? That sounds too good to be true, to be honest. Or we could skip ahead and go forward. So Master Tyrus granted you the Novocate?
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
It's definitely not the fisherman's daughter from the village, I'll give you that.
No, I guess I'm not.
Alright, so that means Dunwar believes that the story about you being responsible for the destruction of that village is actually true?
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You're talented, intelligent, pretty. Many reasons for other novices to envy you.
Yes, maybe. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important. On my goals.
Which would be?
Several. But I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
Okay. Well, let's talk later. I should go see Grandmaster Flash now.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
I think we're good. But thanks for the offer. We'll manage.
As you wish. The apothecary put your gear in the chest by your bed. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon.
Sweet. All right, part of something momentous. Part 2 or 3. Oh, excuse me. All right, there's all of our equipment. Huzzah! All right, let's equip. Yeah, here we go. Back in business. Yes. Yes. And yes. And yes. Our favorites, good. Good, still there. Okay, so Grandmaster Flash. Buddy. Old pal, old friend of mine that we've known for all of maybe a week or so. All right, Sun Temple, Sanctum. Here we go. All right. Out that way. But we don't go that way. Our path is that way. To your floating sword and your chains. Swinging a chain, swinging a chain.
I actually believe this could work. It sounds absurd.
Walk blessed.
I don't believe I know. The mercenary, he might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of your men. I want him, and you will need to convince your true Chesser of it.
Is that so? Very well, I will convince her. You will hear from me.
I hope so.
Yo.
Prophetess, good to see you. How do you feel?
Well, we do feel a bit beaten up, but apart from that, fine. Thanks for asking.
Good. I never doubted you would pass the test. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
All right, ready for when you are.
The ceremony needs a little preparation, 1 day at least. Come back then. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches. I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams.
A dream? What did you see?
People I knew, including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was something else, and it spoke through them. They mocked us and said our struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was peculiar.
We had the same damn dream.
I believe that these beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
That's interesting. I had the same dream before I woke up in the car.
You did? That is interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries. Maybe there is a connection between us.
Any idea who or what these beings are?
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind, but they are different from everything I know. In any case, if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come back tomorrow for the ceremony.
Okay, just now companion quest failed Jespar because you waited too long. Really? Oh well. Alright.
Blessed prophetess.
Alright, so we gotta come back in a day. So I'm just gonna head back to bed.
Pathlessness, wherever you
and then just sleep. So I'm gonna go back up there, and we'll come back in just a little bit for the oath and all that fun stuff. All right, it's the next day. We're back in our pointy place. Looks like we're gonna be taking the oath and whatnot. Maybe a little human centipede actions happening. Well, either way, let's do this.
It is time. Come forward, prophetess. I know what you are feeling. Mistrust. For it is the first time in the history of the Order that a stranger will receive the holy consecration. You consider it a treason against our charter, and therefore against us all. And indeed, it is true that traditions have strengthened the Order. We have ruled this land for millennia, and for millennia we have prevailed. And I know that what happened 2 years ago has unsettled you. Yes, we are in a crisis. Yes, our foundation seems to be shattered. And now you believe that I profane even what little is left by consecrating a pathless one. But you are wrong. It was always people who have given strength to the Order. People like you and me. Yes, we did serve the Lightborn, but because they embodied an idea. The idea of peace through stability. And even now, after their demise, we will pursue this idea. We are facing a threat that endangers the world as we know it. And to fight it, we need one thing above all others, the readiness to make sacrifices for the greater good. This woman, like Novice Sakaresh, has shown this readiness. She is talented and has a gift, and thus carries responsibility. But instead of running from this responsibility, she faced it, found us. She passed the holy trial just as we all did, and therefore she is worthy of joining our ranks. Consecrated ones, repeat my words. This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
That day from when my away.
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today I receive the sigil.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
That.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Thus, you are elevated to keepers of the first sigil. Rise. Now let us all recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor, in life as in death. May your light guide me.
For the night is dark and full of terrors.
Brothers
Yes.
and sisters, and rest. We will need our strength.
Okay.
Madame?
Go and get your armor at the temple's forge. After that, meet me in the Emporium. There's news.
Ooh, I like this. Let's gain a little knowledge, though. What are these sigils?
Ranks. After a novice has passed the trial, he is raised into the first sigil. And over the course of years, if he proves to be worthy, into higher ranks, up to the fourth sigil, which is held by the true Chesser and the Grandmaster, me.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
Walk blessed.
Like Brian Blessed? That's a joke not many people are gonna get. Anyway. Alright, we got to go,
Walk blessed.
what are you walking around with a broom for, Kenny Omega?
I will honor in life.
Anyway. Alright, so we gotta go to, like, an armory type situation.
This just doesn't make any
Outside. We're out this way.
Be easy.
Get some new armor. Alright, outside. Looks like we're heading down. Okay. We'll just come this way. Down this way. Oh, for tradition. Boop! Hey, it moves. Yes. What about you for tradition? Alright, yeah, here we go. Armory. Let's go inside. Okay. What's all this then? A little forge action, yeah. Iron ore goes back out to the Sun Temple. Just gonna explore all the things. Tongs, hammer, bellows, yeah. Horseshoe, yeah, lots of things. Okay. See if we can sharpen anything. Okay, good talk. Good talk. I heard some whispering. Archery range. Ooh, hello. That's valuable. Okay. No one here. Okay. It's a locked door. Armor, yeah. This all looks cool. Holy Keeper Cape. I'll take that. Sword fell down. I'll take that too. Another Holy Keeper Cape. Steel sword. Let's check. Ooh, sweet. It just adds to it. Good. That's a cool look. I like the red cape. Okay, well, I guess we're going into here. Ooh. A boosh. Oh. We weren't here. Or not. We didn't pick the lock, I promise. It's a damn witch. It's Dana from Ghostbusters. She sleeps above the covers. 4 feet above the covers. Okay. Yo.
Now, if it isn't the notorious prodigy. Alder Stronghand, blacksmith of the Holy Order by my path. Pleasure to meet you.
Grandmaster said I can get my armor here?
Ah, right. The highly debated new keeper. You certainly have caused some uproar. I'll give you that. So, robes, mail, or plate?
Robes, mail, or plate? So we're kind of tuning more into our magic. So let's go robes.
Fine, here you go. And no matter what you think of all this, wearing this armor is an honor. Get that into your head. Most of us had to wait decades for it. Walk blessed.
Keeper hood, keeper robe. Ooh, got a hood out of it too. All right. Hey, for a robe, it doesn't have much, a whole lot less armor, just 4. And the hood, wait, where's the hood? There it is. A hood increases mana by 8 points. Mana regenerates 3% faster. Elementarism spells cost 2% less. Light magic spells cost 1%. Interesting. Old Vagrant hood. So yeah, that overall increased our armor. All right, let's take a look. It's like almost like white vampire robes, if you will. Oh, there's another person in here. An apprentice, I'm sorry to wake you. Didn't realize it was late. Okay. Let's get out of here and head back. Alright, so we made it back this way.
Of course they have. You know how these bureaucrats are, but they will do it.
Very good. Thanks for your efforts, my friend.
Don't mention it. I just hope you know what you're doing. You know, many see the course the Order has taken since you came back as disquieting. Narazul's mages in the temple, an outlander as a keeper. It's a lot to take in.
I know, Jorik, but someone has to deal with the threat. And if we don't, no one will.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Yo.
Prophetess, did you find your way around?
I guess so, yes. Notice I'm wearing new clothes.
Good. It is important that you get adjusted to this place. It will be the base of all operations to come. Right now, we are still in the dark as to the true nature of this cycle. All we have are fragments, but we will change that. There are 2 trails we have found. I want you to go after both of them.
Which ones?
The first one has to do with the stone fragments from Old Rashengrad. Pegast has not yet told you, but all of them together form a so-called sigilled stone, which we urgently need. The Arcanists have already put it together, but we still lack a part of the ritual to activate it. And for that, we need the memory of a dead person. The second trail revolves around a discovery we made in the Heartland. It could be a significant, if not the only prospect we have in this fight. Where do you want to start?
Sorry, just goofing around. Okay, let's go to the forest. How about that? Memory of a dead person. I like that. That sounds cool.
I'll make it short.
Okay.
We assume that in the last cycle, the Pyreans worked on a machine which they hoped would save them from the cleansing. An old artifact which they tried to put back together.
A machine? How can a machine help us against the cleansing?
Well, we do know that the cycle is not an ordinary threat. It functions in a way we have not even come close to comprehending, almost like a cosmic force. This makes it naive to believe one could face this threat like a foe made of flesh and blood. Maybe, however, this machine can. As I said, the Pyreans didn't invent this machine. They merely reconstructed it from old plans they found somewhere. And if they thought this idea was worth pursuing, we should at least look into it. Pegast found an old ruin named Old Dothelgrad, which seemed to be some kind of laboratory of the Dilgar, one of the ruling castes in the Pyrean era. She assumes that we might find hints about this machine there, or maybe even a prototype. I want you to help her in any way possible. Maybe your gift can reveal things normal eyes can't see.
Let's gain a little knowledge. What's the difference between the Dilgar and the Ashian, or Ashian, San Diegons?
They were the two different castes who ruled the Pyrean realm. Officially, they were servants of their highest being, the deity all of Pyrea worshipped, but everyone knew that it was the castes who had the power. And while the Ishian valued tradition, the Dilgar valued progress, which, as you can imagine, led to differences between the two, to say the least. They were the Lightborn of the Pyrean era, you could say.
Alrighty then. How can I get to this ruin, Aldotulgrad?
It's in a remote section of the Heartland. Keeper Sakaresh will accompany you there and show you the way. Good luck.
Alright, so Kalia, basically Sakaresh, the chick that we've been hanging out with the whole time. She's gonna accompany us there, so... Oh, there she is. Hey!
There you are. The Grandmaster already briefed me on our mission. Shall we go?
Indeed. Let's go then. Do you know the way?
Yes, the ruin isn't far from here. Just meet me at the Myrids Tower in the Northern Heartlands. I will wait for you there once I finish my preparations.
Alright, Myrids Tower. So that means we need to go to the Myrids Tower here, hop on Falcor, and go there. So I'm going to do that, because it'll take a little bit to get there. And be back in just a little bit.